do some improv shows. The fun part about Anime Unscripted is, as you may guess from the name, none of it is scripted. We're going to be using the audience for a whole lot of prompts, quirks, and you may even get to involve yourself in some of the games. So in other words, the guests have no idea what's coming. They're going to try to fly up the seat of the pants. That's where the funny comes from. The pants.
Now to help us in our quest for comedy, we've drafted a lineup of wonderful guests. We'd like to introduce them now. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Mercer.
Also with us tonight, John Stalker. Give him a huge, huge hand. The ever lovely Christina V.
And last but not least, Patrick Seitz. Two Patricks. I hope this doesn't get confusing.
I'm here on purpose.
All right, as always, we'll start off with our traditional first game. It's called Let's Make a Date. In this game, Christina is a contestant on a TV dating program, and everybody else is one of the bachelors. Christina will call on them and ask a couple rounds of questions, and they'll each have a little secret trait. She'll have to try to guess it after a couple rounds, and the secret traits may or may not be anime related. Now we'll hand them out. The cards are over here. We put them right in front of me.
Yep.
So, would you like to hand them?
So I'll be handing up signs so that the audience can be in on the joke as well. Tech, if we could be sure not to put it on this one, because then she'll see very clearly. All right. I'm gonna hand out some quirks. 1, 2, 3.
Whenever you're ready.
And welcome to Let's Make a Date, Christina, whenever you're ready.
Hi, dates, potential mates. So, contestant number 1, what would you describe the perfect date?
Well, as far as I know, we folks will go ahead and take you out to see the land we're up on. First one, sir, he's got my grandpappy made for us with a pair of hands from the local wood in the forest. We'll show you the pond where we go ahead and make most of our money. But I'd like to aggressively say,
Cameras, please don't point it at her. Thank you.
I've misunderstood what's going on. But anyway, I try to be as respectful and romantic as I can, given the rather loud vicinity of animals near our homestead.
Do you like animals?
I love animals. I love them to eat. I love them to shoot. I love them when they get stuck in my beard.
Contestant number 2, where would you take me on my birthday?
Well, I take you to a tree, or like a pile of manure, and I would seat you into it, all tucked in nice, and then I'd stick my hand into that tree, like a piece of the tree, or into that pile of manure, and I'd pull out a worm, and I'd eat it, and then I'd puke in your mouth.
So I take it you one of
That's
those
the big
people.
start.
Okay, so you like organic food. That's very lovely. Contestant number 3.
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
Favorite animal? Yeah, my favorite animal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get my lawyer. You know how long I've been here? You know how long I've been sitting here? With these
questions and your lies. I'll have to take this. I'll have to take this. You know what? We'll talk again. I've got my lawyer. How about that? How about that's my favorite animal? My lawyer is my favorite animal.
Hard to get, and I have to go through lawyers.
Yeah.
Contestant number 1.
Yo.
Where is your ideal living location? Where would you like to live?
Somewhere remote.
Okay.
Somewhere with, I guess, an easy access to a series of television cameras.
I see.
Yeah, as much as we try and make our living the old-fashioned way, it appears everyone's just real interested in the way we live.
So do you have family?
Oh, I got a whole bunch of family.
Are you guys related to ducks?
Well, loosely. We'd like to eventually... We've saved enough money where we can eventually get the process done to become duck kind, if you will.
I see.
It's the only thing missing from my final transition as a family.
Contestant number 2. So, contestant number 2, I'm a really huge fan of poetry. Can you tell me a beautiful poem?
Beautiful poem.
Yes.
I have many of them.
Okay.
Okay. The place I think I like the best is climbing up into a nest. I sit there and I chirp and squeal, depending on the way I feel.
That's perfect.
I like to think I've got class. I'll sit and squeeze an egg out of my ass. Thank you.
I think I've read some of your work before.
Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Yeah.
So, contestant number 3.
Yeah?
Did you get your lawyer on the phone?
You know what? I tried, he said I can talk. I'm a little worried about going into Gen Pop though, because I got dudes over here who are keystering eggs. And I don't feel good about that. I will talk to you in the meantime, but none of it's admissible, okay?
Okay. So do you like to watch cartoons?
Yeah, I mean, if it's on my TV in my own house, I'm not like breaking and entering and watching it. Someone else's house, that's what I'm saying. You know what? These questions are leading. These are leading questions. You ain't got nothing. So, I don't know where you're going at. I mean, I like Phineas and Ferb as much as the next guy. I'm not like peeping through windows, okay? So you can quit your like ancient puberty on me right now.
Contestant number 1.
Yeah.
How long do you guys have left till you're finished filming your reality show, Duck Dynasty?
As long as somehow people keep buying our action figures. I don't get it, but it ain't gonna stop us.
And contestant number 2, how does it feel being an actual duck?
All right, yeah! We weren't specific, but that's good. Thank you.
Having these two, okay.
Yeah, you got it.
And
We'll talk later.
She's ours.
And having these guys take your species name as, for the reality show, how does that feel? Does it feel pretty good?
You said number 3, right?
No, did I? I meant number 2.
Number 2.
Yes.
You better repeat it again. I was thinking it was him and I started to ignore the question.
I'm gonna change my question actually.
Okay.
So, since you're a duck or a bird of some kind, what's your species policy on interspecies dating?
My policy on
Interspecies dating.
interspecies dating.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's okay. I mean, my parents were next.
Mine too.
Yeah. acceptable. You know, if you raise the children in an environment of understanding.
Oh,
You know,
this is a new world we're living in, Mr.
it is a new world. You know, it's nothing to squawk about. Yeah, they can't all be chickens.
Contestant number 3.
Yeah?
If you do end up going to jail being a convict and all, how do you think this would affect our relationship?
Well, firstly, I'm wrongly accused, and I think I can't get on appeal. A lot of letter writing, and you know, as long as I keep my nose clean in the big house, I think conjugal visits are definitely on the menu.
Excellent job! Thank you. Alright. Our next game is...
Who did you pick?
It's important.
The duck.
I'm a modern woman! That's what I like.
It's the poetry that's in it. Next game up is called Weird Newscasters. This is for... We all love news. It's for all 4 of you. Now, the trick here is, Patrick, you're the only normal one in the whole news thing.
Well, what's the game?
The game is you are delivering the news.
So Patrick, you're gonna be the normal anchor. Your co-anchor, Christina, is a Girl Scout possessed by the devil. Matt, delivering the sports, you are a stereotypical Disney prince. Meanwhile, the card says, and John, you're doing the weather, and you are a melting snowman. So whenever you're ready,
Time to start with the news.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Our top story, a kitten stuck in a tree as 18 kittens in a row. Adorable, dangerous, with ultimately a happy end.
I want to read them all! And then take them all home and cuddle them and love them forever! And then I will... Back to you, John.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone pet kittens they've already ingested, but they're certainly a first forever. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just making sure I looked all right for the camera. I agree with whatever you said. What did you say?
The pregnant cat is currently safe. I'm not sure how they got the cat in the tree, but the 18 kittens are alive and well and currently having their bellies rubbed. What's the man on the street reaction to this miracle of science and femininity?
Old man on the street is probably say, boy, it's getting awfully wet here. What am I doing on the street? Kittens.
Your carrot's looking a little lost.
I used to say that about myself, but I got treatment.
This broadcast being underwritten by Carrots Pills, apparently. What do you think of these kids that you so dearly want to test?
Oh, my goodness, I would never eat kittens, except when they're barbecued!
Barbecue kittens, excellent. Yes. Can we say that on?
You know, on the 18th of the month, you should all...
I'd love to know. We should look into the month.
You should all sacrifice your cats. In the name of me!
That's fair. That's fair.
That's funny.
Your thoughts on this?
Well, Sacrificial Cats is one of my favorite college basketball teams, Southwest area in Chicago. Sacrificial Cats have made a wondrous 2x3 play of the sports ball version of Across the
courts, juggling. I don't know anything about sports. But what I do know is how to make a woman feel like it's a good year for basketball.
He gets a lot of fanfare, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fanfare. Your thoughts on this musical development?
Well, I'm singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. Can you adjust my carrot for me, please? I was hoping.
He's getting...
Hey, I got a ball and 2 balls underneath me.
Well, that is...
I need adjustment. What do you think I'm called a chiropractor for this?
Where did we find that magical hat?
I got a song for that too, if you want.
In other news, it's that time of the year again. Time to buy your local Girl Scout cookies. If you buy them from me, I'll make sure you get an entire box made of unborn children's blood.
it's a great collection.
Excellent. Thank you. Children's Blood Cookies is an excellent place to end it.
Good job.
Okay, so why don't you announce and I'll go find to.
All right, want to take a microphone with you? Mine. This one is called Sound Effects. We haven't done this in Anime Unscripted in probably like 10 years, but it's time to bring it back. Jeff really wanted to do it. So in this one, Jeff is looking for 2 volunteers. People who are good at doing sound effects. Any day, Jacka. Everybody's waiting. Come on, Jacka. We've got one. The stairs are over here. And the crowd is happy about that selection. Jacka, we also need a situation.
Stairs
from the
on the other
audience.
side? Any kind of situation?
Everyday activity for 2.
An everyday activity for 2. What do you think?
Not at the convention.
Trapped in Walmart after hours.
Trapped in Walmart after hours. And this game is for Matt and Patrick. You guys get to take a break. And Matt and Patrick, come on up.
So for instance, if Matt were to say like, I'm gonna open up this can of soda, and you're doing all the sound effects for Matt, as he goes, and let's say Patrick stumbles into the firearms department of Walmart, and says, all right, time to cock my rifle, is that the phrase? You would go,
Hello?
What's up?
Oh, thank God, I thought I was alone here.
Oh man, I'm here for you, dude. Me and my chinchillas.
That explains the creepy noises. And you know, honestly, I'm starting to get a little hungry by the food aisle, so if worse comes to worse, we're good. Okay, so, is there a way out of here, or are we looking to stay here overnight?
Oh, you know what? That's an awesome question. You know what? I can tell I can like orient us against the ceiling of the Walmart if I use my flare gun. Yeah.
Sorry, although I did see it manage to find its way somewhere over near the firearm department. Let's go see, is this the help over there? Did you hear that? It sounded like some sort of bestial growl.
Dude, we're okay? Because we got like stereotypically cheesy sci-fi guns here. Have one.
Blasting noises! Wow, let's get the toy aisles affected, but I don't think this is actually going to kill any creature. Well, let's find some real weapons.
Please insert new batteries, please.
I'll go for the Gatling gun, not that one. All right, let's go ahead and wind this one up.
Please insert new batteries.
I gotta put the choke apparently. It's not quite.
It's like a didgeridoo of weapon. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna fight him. See outside the box. And look at what's here outside the box. It's like whoopee cushions. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna like face plant with whoopee cushions. Hey, alien scum! Whoopee cushion in the face.
My greatest weakness. I must find a new body.
That was me.
Wait, where'd chinchillas go, man?
See them? They've been bitten by the alien virus. This isn't going to be enough to do the job.
No, we're gonna use, man.
Well, the whoopee cushions seem effective. We just have to get larger whoopee cushions.
I think if we run that together and squish it, we can like all the chinchillas away.
Good plan. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it again for our sound effects.
Okay. The next game is called Nitpicky Director, and it's for all 4 of you.
I know it.
We don't know anything about that. This is life. I know.
Okay. In this game, you'll be acting out a scene. John is a director, and in the game, you're also a director. And you have a tendency to interrupt. So he might ask you to stop and do the scene in a different style, might get frustrated and ask you to change it up however he feels fit. Before announcing the game, okay, John, oh, these are instructions for me. John, what's your favorite movie?
Let's say The Godfather.
The Godfather, okay. So the 3 of you will be acting out a scene from The Godfather, and John is your nitpicky director. And have at it.
Now listen here, little Betsy. I gotta go ahead and make sure someone gets a message.
Okay, cut.
What is it? All right, no, come. All right, wait.
Please. I need reality here. If you're gonna put your hand on him, give him some pressure. I want to see some reaction on his face. Make him hurt. Action.
Hey, buddy. We're gonna have to get a message across to the guy. bring the tools, dear?
Yes! I brought all the tools.
Okay. You brought some of the tools.
Some of the tools.
Bring all the tools. Bring all the tools, it's already over.
You're right.
You brought some of the tools.
Some of the tools.
Okay, I'm not quite so girly. I want you a little more ballsy, okay? Tougher. Okay. We can get you extras if you need them. Okay. And let's go right to the scene where Christina walks in. And
Yo, gee, I brought some of the tools. If you want the rest, then you know you gotta pay up.
Well, all right. This business transaction here was going to ensure the future for the family.
Okay. We're starting to become politically incorrect here. Okay. Let's get away from the family thing. It's a little too stereotypical. Okay? We're gonna remake The Godfather, okay? I understand. Let's not say family, let's say acquaintanceship. It's acquaintanceship. It's not a family. Family is too, they're gonna think that all Italians are like, most of them, yeah, but not all. Okay, so let's go in again, be a little more gentle, not so tough. I want you a little ballsier still. Okay, you more fearful. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
I turned down Equus for this.
Gentle, softer, okay.
Yeah, and nice.
Nice.
So you're not a bad guy. Okay, and same point, and action.
It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah. Hey, G, I brought the tools. I brought some of the tools. If you want the rest, you gotta pay up.
Okay, just, we have to make sure, be careful, he bruises these. Okay? You okay, boy? It's just this one time, and it'll never happen again. All right, just hold still.
Okay, cut. I'm thinking maybe you should even be effeminate. Okay? Let's go even further, okay? Like it really, I don't want you over the top, but I just want a little of that. Reach inside yourself, find a little of that, your feminine side. Some of that warmth, some of that understanding. Okay, so that when you touch him, it doesn't look, so. And can you be even ballsy? I want you almost like a man, okay? A man in woman's clothing. You just hired a man! A man with balls! I meant for this part! And you know what? You're perfect. I love that, the way you make your lips move. It's really wonderful. Keep them moving. Can you make them move even more? That's wonderful. Okay. Let's pick it up from where Christina enters and action!
It's okay, little friend. I'm going to make sure you're going to be okay. Don't worry. Oh my, who are you?
Hey, listen, I got some of the tools.
Oh, do you now?
You want the rest of this? Then you gotta pay.
Literally tools.
How much do you want me to pay up?
Oh, you sweet cheeks. Now keep the change.
And cut! Bring it!
It was amazing. I want to watch that version. All right, while Jack is getting a little bit of water, I'll introduce the next game. This one is called Superheroes. In this game, our four contestants will be superheroes. And we need from the audience two things. We need a superhero name. Everybody gets shouted. Oh, yeah. Vegetable Man? Vegetable Man. Okay, but we also need a crisis. Somebody over here. A large truck is turned upside down. So the way this works is we have, was it Captain Vegetable? Captain Vegetable has discovered that a truck is turned upside down. And will be calling in some of his friends to help. And he will introduce the next superhero, who will then introduce the superhero after that, who introduces the fourth superhero, and somehow they solve the crisis. Spoilers.
Who's picking?
Who wants to be vegetable? Captain Vegetable. Captain Vegetable? Captain Vegetable.
She's the picture.
Captain Vegetable! A truck is turnips! Please help us!
Dun, dun. That truck is turned. I was not prepared for this. Oh my goodness, it doesn't even look organic. It looks moldy too. Okay, carrot gun, flip the truck. This is no good. Gonna need help from my friend.
Here, let us help you.
Lettuce doctor, it's you.
It is I, Lettuce Doctor.
Lettuce doctor,
I'm
man.
turning over a new leaf today. And I'm going to keep going on this line until I pee.
My carrot gun isn't working and the truck has turned.
I understand. You're not loaded the right way.
I'm not. Okay, show me how.
Okay, lift, open. This carrot's way too big.
Big carrots run in my family. What can I say?
Let's use these parsnips.
Parsnips? Oh man, these parsnips smell really rotten. I think we should call our friend Janice.
I call this the solid Janice symbol in the sky. I came as fast as I could.
So glad maybe you can help us out.
We're trying to shoot that way with a carrot gun loaded now with parsnips. What do you think?
I think I can definitely aid help with my special power of absolutely no real power.
I'm glad you're here.
All right, so utilizing my informative knowledge of general applications of saying words that don't make sense back to
Yes.
back, I can seem like I know what I'm doing.
You sound so smart.
I'm going to formulate a special means of getting this into a hyper-carrot launching device.
You don't know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy named Janice, okay?
You're shooting that way.
Eat it.
That was really good.
Thank you.
It's like, it's surging into my system. I feel power.
That must be the lycopene.
Wait a second. I understand carrots perfectly now. However, this gun's getting too heavy to hold.
Oh no!
Look, the carrot's growing. It's growing. It's sucking energy from your body.
Oh!
How do you feel?
I feel like my name is leaving me.
Oh, and here.
Extremely sensitive nipples, man.
I saw the carrot sign in the sky. I couldn't help but then it's really cold out. So I had to go back home and get my little taste.
Would you mind if I spilled some water on those?
Put an eye on
And then I could go,
Still draining my life force, guys.
Wait, I'll cut the truck to pieces with my nipples. This can take a while.
You're
and I find that appealing. I'm still at it.
I've got 3 of them, by the way.
There's one in the back for dancing.
My God, it's working! It's actually working! It's no longer
Turn over. Great job.
Thank you for saving us, nipple head.
Janice, you suck!
I know. I hear that often.
Anybody want tomatoes?
I'll take this one.
Strangely better than a lot of DC 252.
I'm leaving. to go out.
Yeah, because our next one is Professor Know-It-All. In this game, Matt, John, and Christina will become one of the 3 of the professor. And Patrick, you get to take breaks. We'll have you, the audience, offer questions in our Harvard, MIT, PhD. Here, we'll need to respond quickly, but responding 1 word per head at a time. Each head takes a different turn. Now, while Chuck heads into the audience, I'll start you off with the first question. Where is the missing Malaysian airliner? Too soon, sorry. Topical.
Well, I
Believe
That
it
drowned
somewhere.
out
there.
in. Sorry. It's saying anyway.
In
The
Bermuda,
triangle.
or
perhaps.
It
in
The
majestic
square.
the
Only
bathroom
within
100,000
miles.
of
Boston.
And here's another question.
What is the average airspeed of an unclean swallow?
The
average
Airspeed.
of
Something.
fast
and
Deadly.
with
probably
Be.
around
Let's.
say
Approximately.
17
or
Less.
light
years.
Away.
Some
Swallows.
prefer
to
Drink.
bacon.
Thusly.
We
consider
The.
majestic
swallow
Dead.
I see. Thank you, Professor. We do have another question from the audience here.
Where do Titans come from?
Titans
usually
from
places
Like.
my
Consequently,
Titans.
Are.
dead.
I see, thank you. We do have another question. It's weird hearing my voice from it's echoing. Anyway, here we go.
Do you think that there's any superhero who can beat the Flash?
Do you think any superhero can beat the Flash?
I believe
That
Today's
superheroes
are.
fact
babies
Who.
don't
like
Working.
night shifts.
so
You.
Probably
can
Find.
them
be
In.
bars
Drinking.
hooch.
And here's a question.
from the video game Portal. What would happen if GLaDOS took over NASA?
First.
Drink
Lots.
Gatorade.
Allowing.
Time.
To
Have.
Sex.
with
GLaDOS.
While
we
Disable.
someone's
what was the question?
Oh dear. Moving on. Here we go. There's a question over here. That's okay, Professor. That's the best of us.
Who is best pony?
Who is best pony?
the horses
Cutie mark.
Generally.
is
The
Center.
of
ponies.
Mystical.
buzz.
Therefore,
Ponies.
Prefer
being
The.
only
friend.
To.
monkeys.
Fluttershy.
Thank you, Professor. And just one last question here.
Do you know what I am? No.
On to our next game. This is called Party Quirks. Hosting an awesome party that these guys are invited to. So we've got three different quirks on cards here. Oh, they're on top of the poster where we should have them. And so you guys can step off stage and we'll ring the doorbell for you to enter the party with your quirk. And once you get the party started, get everybody in the mood. Here we go.
Wow, it's empty. A lot of my parties end up like this. Start like this. And my if somebody shows up, eat all the hors d'oeuvres. Again. Oh, thank you. I've got a very voice voices. He said this would happen if I stopped taking those pills. The doorbell! Let's see who's there, shall we? Hey!
Man, good to see you. Woo!
Oh, so...
I've never been here before. I'm so excited. Yeah, that's right.
Do I know you?
Oh, I'm sure we've met somewhere before. I've met so many people over the past few days. Oh, quick. I got some beats for you. You gotta show them first. Show me the goods.
Oh, man.
Come on. Yeah. Put that right now. I think that's Jeffrey. It's Jeffrey. No,
Hey, how are ya?
Good, how you been?
Okay, thanks. How are you?
Are you... What happened to you? I think I know your problem.
Yeah,
That's...
yeah. Just but keep your distance from me.
Oh, man.
Because
Has that lasted more than 4 hours? Has that lasted more than 4 hours?
all right, we're doing shots with me.
That person is going to get shot.
That's right.
Hey, remember when your nipples were super sensitive? That was so funny.
Yeah, I totally saw that.
It must be the lycopene.
I'd like to meet him. That's awesome.
Here, here's a shot for you.
You should probably stay away from him. He'll want to see your naughty bits.
No, well, if you want a necklace, you want a necklace?
For that, I'm going to give you my necklace.
Oh, I love this time of
It
year.
kind of tastes like tomatoes.
Man,
You're going to show me the tomatoes.
are you okay, buddies? Hey, a fire! Now help with that? A fireball!
It's like
No,
modern dancing shit.
grabbing you chinchillas. Hey, these are cute.
I didn't even know I owned chinchillas. I would have been much less lonely right now.
I remember that. About the coolest headset. Hold on, you gotta see this real fast. You gotta see it. Right? Crazy feathers, man! Crazy feathers!
Oh, that's racially charged. What are you up to? I feel like I can't turn my back on any of you guys.
I was just thinking about that time we decided that Fluttershy was the best pony.
Yes, those good times. Halcyon days of yore. How you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Good. You want to just help me down here?
Yeah. Like I should have to sign a waiver before you go into my house.
Hey, man, want some beats?
Some what?
Some beats.
Drink. I'd like a drink. Actually, thank you.
All right. Good beats.
How about a gigantic carrot?
I got one.
That's what I was afraid of. I feel bad for you. I didn't think you guys were going to show up because I don't know who you are, but certainly.
No, we went in the street last night. Me and everyone else, it was great. Music was playing, it was fantastic.
Was I there?
Yeah, no, you can play twice. It was so great. I love the culture.
Good, right? Where did we meet?
We met about 45 minutes ago.
Did you meet in Boston?
We did meet in Boston. It was great.
I'm scared to ask you where we met because you might hurt yourself.
No, I'm just dying to stay here. That's
Memories.
I think the chinchillas would really like this. Go be free with the chinchillas.
Dude, are these your rhinestone robes?
Not anymore, I'm guessing.
Not anymore! Oh, yeah!
Okay, so you are like drunk dude bro from Mardi Gras.
Oh, I gotta go though, man. I got my bros waiting outside. Yeah! I'm all
Boom shakalaka. You are just dying all over the place. Or a victim of crime is one of the two. And you, we might be getting meta here. I'm thinking you're you from right now during this unscripted panel.
I'll take it.
Take it.
And I'll take these tomatoes with me.
Big applause. Christina and Matt, you are reviewing a movie. You're making it up as you go. Near the end of the review, you'll say, let's go to that clip. And whatever they have described, John and Patrick must act out. The balcony.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at the balcony. I'm Shotron Snowbit. This is my co-host.
Janet Shalom.
Yes. We've been going through an entire array of wondrous, obscure European short films, and I think this one really exemplifies the struggle of the European male.
Perfectly describes the struggle of the European male.
Yes, and his dog, yes.
His two-legged dog.
Who was struck by lightning and can suddenly speak. It's an incredible piece. Now let's go to the clip where he finally discovers the superpowers that his dog is beginning to admit.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Okay, Esteban. Why does the Lord struck you with lightning? He's my only friend. I don't notice that my dog. He has never brought. Now he has encountered his problems. Actually, he always had to encounter his problems. Why would you kill me, Esteban? I am alone in this world. This film is black and white. I have only Esteban. No, Esteban! Not Esteban! No, Esteban!
Extremely moving scene. Reminded me of my upbringing back in Brooklyn.
It made me cry little bits. Little bits of water from my eyes. Just little bits.
It's a very bold choice, though. And no more than 10 minutes into the film, it suddenly transitions into an old-school samurai film.
Yes. But it was also very modern in that these samurais were female with busty boobs.
It left you pondering the true psychosis between what is gender role.
What is gender role?
Let's find out in this clip.
Let's do that.
Yes.
You killed my Daniel! Hold on. Yeah, I know! Just keep it. Switchies. Okay. I can't do it. You know, I have the back pain from these gigantic amount of breasts. You know, I got the relaxer set. Oh, my back is so. Then I smell you already. Hold on.
Actually, this movie kind of ruins anime for everybody.
It really does. It exemplifies everything you love about the art form. And being in one presentational piece, why watch anything else?
Why?
I've watched this 17 times since this morning.
My favorite part is when the dog and the busty samurai bust out. Bust out into a song. And it's sure to be next hit. Let's roll the clip.
Esteban, my boobs are big. I am your dog. That's just like it. If lightning hits you, you have no front paws. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to punish you. Bye-bye, me bros. Bye. Make you live with my in-laws.
That busty samurai's innards spilled out, and yet the music progressed into this gorgeous swell when he realized zombie infection had taken over. And the only thing he could imagine was to devour the brain of that poor talking dog.
While naked.
While indeed quite stark naked.
Where's Carl? I'm so hungry, you look very sugoi. Here, Detective Rodney, better now, master? That feels so good.
through. And everyone loses interest in the movie, except for the part where the giant boot samurai zombie dog killer is now the one shooting lightning at the dog as the world burns to a cinder. It's a
It's a metaphor.
Why don't you put two face on your arm?
That's not a male and a female. That's two females. Lightning.
The ending to this movie I found extremely confusing, much like Evangelion or the other series. It is coming to local theaters the next month. Keep your eyes out for the wondrous European piece, Desu Desu Bakakwai.
Can't wait to see that movie. All right, our next game is called Quick Change. Matt, I'm going to give you a break. You haven't had one yet? And this is for John, Patrick, and Christina. I'm going to give you a scene to act out, and if at any point Jekka yells, change.
Change.
The last thing you said, you have to say it different.
Change.
The last thing you said, you have to do something else. So, yeah. You'll just go back to the normal scene when she says change. Repeat what you said differently or change it. That's why we call it quick change. So the scene for this game is a couple is inquiring about having their wedding at a hotel.
Who am I marrying?
I think that's what everybody was hoping.
It's a new year.
Aloha, welcome to the Hawaiian Independent
Why,
Hotel
thank you.
Regency.
Thank you.
A woman just laid me.
Yeah. I was going to say that, but I let you out of it. Okay. I'm good.
So you guys looking to get married here?
We are.
So are you guys looking for a room?
Change.
So, you guys want to party? Yeah! Alright! I'm putting on my laptop. Woo!
Oh, I didn't know it was you.
Oi!
I thought you were bringing the entertainment. Yeah.
Oh,
I think she is the entertainer.
Change.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Honey, I think she's the groundskeeper.
And I have my shovel right over here.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the guest dogs passed away. We're gonna have a funeral. That's one of our big events.
Oh my God, was it hit by lightning?
It was!
Change.
That's not really so common.
Change.
That happens every damn day.
It does!
It was in a film I saw.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh.
It was one of the alternate endings.
Change.
It was something I dreamed about all my life.
I've been telling this one for years to finally write that script and get it out of his head. Is this me? No.
You should do it.
I know,
Two little dogs are very
It's like it's festering.
Yes.
It's festering in my head, and I need to get it out. I need to purge.
Well, Hawaii's a great place to purge, and you chose the right hotel to purge.
Change.
You chose the right hotel to let it go.
Change.
You chose the right hotel to get married because I know that's what you really want to do. I can see it in your eyes. You guys are ready, and we have a pastor and an audience.
There they are. Do we have like a berry pig, like a full pig with the apple in the mouth, the whole? I want to eat a pig.
What do you say?
Full Hawaiian style, yes.
Now, change.
So you like them porky? Can't get you a pig. We also have specials on two-legged dogs because they're just dropping like flies.
Yeah, they are really rare.
Maybe we should do that. Well, can we not get something that's more Ukrainian?
Change.
Can we not get something that's more Latvian?
Change.
Can we not get something that's more Estonian?
A wonderful Estonian meat pie. We do.
I love those. I love them.
Sure,
I had them when I was in Estonia.
We can have Estonian meat pies.
Okay?
I don't know if we get Estonia here. I just
Do you take him to be yours?
Change.
Do you like pizza?
I do.
Do you like pizza?
I do.
Change.
I don't.
Awkward. I'm sorry.
Is it something I said?
All those times we had pizza, I just faked it.
Yeah. You said with anchovies, honey.
The deep dish with thin crust, none of it, no.
What do we try next?
Well, I'm just gonna leave you guys to work this out.
Change.
I'm just gonna leave you guys to have a dance party and make up.
Okay.
So I'll be behind the desk.
Can you forgive me? Pizza, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
How about ravioli?
Now that sounds spiffy.
Or cannelloni?
I'm kind of iffy.
It's by far the most musical version of this that we've ever run.
I don't even do music games. So. Oh, look what we've got!
Oh my god!
This is PowerPoint roulette. They know it. That's good.
This is the tricksy one with the slides.
So up here and hopefully down here.
Yeah, Tech, if we can get this one now reflecting what everyone else.
That's perfect. Awesome job. PowerPoint roulette. This is a game in which our guests will be attempting to explain a PowerPoint presentation with no prior knowledge of the subject. We've assembled a presentation with 20 slides. We'll start with, who wants to go first? Any braves?
I just danced my way through the mirrors. Wait a second.
You just had a break.
All right, now we'll go first, and he'll present the first set of slides, and then he'll introduce the next person, and so on. But what we need from you guys is, what's something, has anybody done a school report recently? On what?
The digestive system!
What? The buffalo migration. I did. That's strange enough. All right. So you guys are going to be presenting the buffalo migration. And so anytime you want me to go to the next slide, just say next slide, please, or something like that, and I'll move it along. So tell us about the buffalo migration.
Hello everyone. My name is Professor Venturing. I would like you all to take a moment and listen to this wondrous TED Talk on the migrations of the great and majestic plain-walking buffalo. Here we see the device that most modern buffaloes have constructed as a means of moving from one place to another. It's amazing, most of these pieces they've managed to acquire from nearby junkyards, radio shacks, Best Buys, and managed to cobble together some form of rudimentary locomotion. It also mows the lawn of the various landscape, puts all the grass into a bag, which then they use like a bag of chips. So it's both a fantastic means of distributing food to their buffalo brethren and to get from point A to point B to eventually point C. Now, the next portion of this wondrous presentation will take to our specialist in the realm of buffalo family structure, Professor Gillian Velkop. There's more slides? Then I will continue this piece here. I go through 5. Well, then let's continue then. Next slide, please. The issue here is when the buffaloes migrate, they tend to get very aggressive and territorial. Various families that live in the places they migrated to, such as the inner cities of Boston, as well as Detroit and the greater Los Angeles area, they have found a way to push people away from their homesteads using extremely feral custard pies
of which they created a series of launchers on the side of their lawn-mowing low-motion machines. This has caused some tensions when it comes to the US military and their way of dealing with these buffalo, but nevertheless, I feel this will be remedied in the next 5 or 6 years. Next slide, please. When tensions rose, we found that the buffaloes themselves were a great danger to American society. The only way we could fight them off was using their two natural enemies, crabs and bird bandits. Through the majesty of modern science, we crossed the DNA of these two crazy beasts into a finely tuned soldier of genetic destruction. We unleashed the first batch of 10,000 crab reynolds, if you will, into the northern hemisphere with great success. Unfortunately, they did not really necessarily see fend from foe, and we lost half of our army to these creatures as well, and we had to stop the program. But we're hoping to get approval for the next batch. Next slide, please. However, in the wake of the sudden loss of the influx of crab Reynoldses, their frustration and anger with us jettisoning them from the place we sent them originally angered the great water god, who brought down upon the East Coast a torrential downpour with the intent of destroying the doctor who originally created the program that designed the crab Reynolds. This doctor, which you see now on the slide, Dr. Pechunkin Frogman, had to run as fast as he could to escape before a great construction by the buffalo they call the omnibus. We had to chase him down, angry that he had toyed with the natures of science. To this day, we have not found Mr. Frogman. Next slide, please. However, the reason we did not find him is because his only defense mechanism was to transform into a secondary form, that of a small black and white kitten. Once this kitten was found, we had tried to bring him in for a study, but he was so adorable, every individual just stopped and took photos and put them on Instagram. However, this has incorporated a brand new, fantastic form of an Instagram renaissance, in which all kitten photos are now merely Dr. Frogman. This has actually stunned the buffalo and prevented them from moving, as once they make eye contact with Mr. Frogman's kitty form, they themselves just return to their original homestead. Problem has currently been solved. However, the Reynolds crabs still remain at large. To discuss the majesty of the Reynolds crabs, we now bring to the stage Professor Julian Vonzog.
Are you ready to learn? Good. What are we talking about, buffaloes?
The crab Reynolds.
Crab
The
Reynolds?
crab Reynolds issue.
I know much about crab Reynolds issues. My knowledge of the crab Reynolds issues is demonstrated on this graph of frequency and intensity. You see, this graph projects all of the thoughts I have in a day. Red is the thoughts I have about pie. Which is weird because this isn't a pie chart. Apparently there's more than one meaning to that word. English is hard. The green is the thoughts I have about cute things, such as cat pictures on Instagram. And that gray one is the thoughts I have about crab Reynolds. You guys understand? Good. Next slide, please. So the crab Reynolds phenomenon has led to many people doing crazy ass things. I said a bad word. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. Anyways, crazy ass things. Such as being in Russia, playing a guitar, and kicking that round orbital object. There seems to be a rhyme and rhythm to all this madness, but I just blocked that out by thinking about pie, cat photos on Instagram, and crab Reynolds. Next slide, please. Buffalo. debuted as soon as possible. Crab Reynolds says so. Next slide, please. Coca-Cola parties are very popular when you're thinking about Crab Reynolds. The reason for this is that when you're eating crab, lycopene is released into your body, and it makes you want to have soda. It makes you want to have a lot of soda. What you don't notice here is that woman, she's gonna drink all that soda. Those men around her, they're just there to watch. And they will not leave that room until all that soda is drinking. Crab Reynolds says so. Next slide, please. So back in the day, there was this guy. I'm going to tell you the story about this man. He's my father. He is my father. His name was Sir Lot. And what he liked to do the most was eat meat pies. Next slide, please. And now we're going to hand this off to the very talented Dr. Mr. Schwein-Lugenhagen.
Actually, thank you, it's Bugenschwein-Lugenhagen. And you can see where the Crab Reynolds and the buffalo meet, where the arrows go. They are very close to each other. And when there is a melting of those two, there is a force created which will shatter the earth. Most people don't know about this. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. It has not arrived yet. Because most people are affected by Crab Reynolds. They have Crab Reynolds disease, or they have buffalo disease. There is no cure. Next. I have devised a series of eye tests to determine which of these two you have. One of them is going to prove to be the right one. You can see this man looks slightly demented. Yeah, he is, because we have injected him with both viruses. You can see, actually, there is nothing over his left eye. That is what has happened to his face. It looks like a big metal thing, but it's not. It is bone. Actually coming out, I'm making myself sick here. It's actually bone that has come out of his face. He was clean shaven before the test began today. And smiling. And skinny. And a lot smarter looking. Next. That is what we project him to look like in about 10 minutes. This, ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry to say, when those arrows you saw earlier come up, this is what most of the southern United States will look like. I did not ask to be here. You can see the gum line receding, and the rest of the body has already receded. Next, please. This is a man. Because if you do not fear now, you are doomed. Doomed to that head thing. Or worse, Burt Reynolds. The mustache like that. Last slide before I pass it on. You see, there are slides with different heads. For my benefit, thank you God, because I'm sticking with the same theme. This is a man who did not listen to me, and so they call him a horse's thank you. But to be politically correct, they put the head on. Just the opposite. And now, just before that horse eats the kitten, which has been a common theme tonight, face it, and will probably live in my mind forever, can't help it now. I would like to pass on my thoughts to my professor, my friend, my guy, my buddy, my pal, Professor Dick Winkenbacher.
Well, first thing to say, I'm not bitter. You got a name like Dick Winkenbacher, you pretty much have to go to academics. That's the thing. We talked a lot tonight about the crab Reynolds and the migrating buffalo thread. As you've seen from these previous pictures, once you open Pandora's box of interspecies hybridization, really you're screwed anyways for today. God, I hate these academic conferences. Open bar? No, that's right. So, looking at this first diagram, it is the Venn diagram, which is something of a misnomer. It was named after the guy who invented it. His name was Sven. It's supposed to be the Sven diagram. But when this was first being passed along to people, they were conveyed via word of mouth. Eventually, telephone game, blah, blah, blah. They dropped the S. It's the Venn diagram. Someday it'll just be the N diagram. Then it'll just be the diagram. Really, we're on the progress path now here. Now, looking at this, on the one side you've got A. That's something that the layman in the audience can call. On the other side you've got B, where A equals the Crab Reynolds threat versus B, which is the projected benefit of the Crab Reynolds project. The space between them, which is both A and B, is where we currently exist. We don't know what Crab Reynolds is going to do once it has defeated the buffalo. Ladies and gentlemen, let me repeat that. Next one. Next one. I repeated it, see what I did there? As you can see, once Crab Reynolds is free to run riots over our crab ecosystem, we're going to have abominations like this. And the flying dog. I don't know if they equal out that scale, but it'll be a little column A, a little column B, forming a diagram as we discussed. Next. If we follow this path of misguided evolution, this path of, well, scientists can do it, so we might as well do it to help the consequences. I guarantee you by the year 2017, we will have sentient barrels with legs. We'll have sentient barrels with legs. And, okay, I was afraid there was going to be like sentient barrels with legs and junk. I'm glad that was let me guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, if we have sentient barrels with legs, you will not hit them and they will not explode in a flurry of treasure and items that you can sell to the local vendor. No, they will be filled with sulfuric acid and the tears of children. But you think we cancel each other out with the diagram being perfectly open? They don't trust me. You will burn. Next slide. we need to take it upon ourselves in academia at the local level to get whatever grants we can, work with our graduate students, even, God help us, the undergrads. We need to devise our own Batmobiles. And much like the crab rails, they will come in a flurry of different shapes and sizes. There will be a great biodiversity in our homemade, jury-rigged Batmobiles. But one thing will unite us. Well, there'll be the logo so you'll know it's a Batmobile, not just a crazy-ass car. And the other thing that will unite us is our shared antipathy towards crab predators and his demonic mustache, which is actually just another set of mandibles. It's not even a mustache. You think he's smiling like, oh, I'm gonna get some mustache wax for that, and there's a he devours you when you're dead. I hit the bar and then he slides left on this side. Oh! But before we go congratulating ourselves and patting ourselves on the back, not to be, the purveyor of doom here, but let me just say, Crab Reynolds is only the first in a series of escalating threats that we are going to meet as a species. For when we have set Crab Reynolds to rest, when we have made wontons of the last demonic Crab Reynolds, we must not rest on our laurels, because soon we will have dinosaurs with dynamite and automatic weapons who have teamed up in an unholy alliance with sharks. I don't know if you know this, layman out there. Sharks are an incredibly ancient species, as were the dinosaurs. Sharks have been hiding the dinosaurs. They have been, if you will pardon my French, in cahoots with the dinosaurs all these years. When the time is right, when we're celebrating our V Crab Rangoon Day, as it were, kissing nurses in the street, eating wontons, this will be what approaches the eastern seaboard. So, be vigilant. God bless.